friends, to our next episode on the Leadership Lounge, and we have with us Mr. Raghav Koushik. I am very happy to tell you all that he is my partner in BNI Kanchipuram, Chengelpet district as a co-executive director. By profession, he is a management consultant and he has his practice since 2011. And he's got some very prestigious clients like Vasudha Bhavan Group of Hotels and Dhaba Express and a jewelry store, VBJ, Mummadi Bangaru Jewelers. And also he has done fantastic consulting work for Prudal Hospitality. So you would have seen from his list of clients that he specializes in hospitality sector. He is a Thomas certified people assessment professional and he specializes in helping clients write business plans and create standard operating procedures, SOPs, and have fantastic strategic review systems. He also offers his sounding board services to the boards when they have their board meetings so that they can review their strategies, because his concern is aptly named as STRATERGYM. Welcome, Raghav, on our show.
Thank you so much, Subhash, for the big introduction.
Raghav, if you remember last session, we were discussing about the top 5 challenges that the startups face. And just to have a quick review on that, my dear viewers, the top 5 challenges that we had discussed is number 1, the capital, lack of finances. Number 2 was lack of focus because we have too many ideas cluttering our brains. And number 3 was having the right people, either as your partners or as your second line and people who are reporting into you. And number 4 was having an eye on the competition so that you stay relevant always. And number 5th is where Raghav specializes in having the right kind of systems so that the processes are there and you are not only people dependent. And at this point of time, Raghav, I would want to ask you about one of the most important challenges that you had thrown at us, saying that many of them who have started off their business as a startup idea, they have too many ideas. That's a problem, right? Because we have brilliant brains. A lot of them, sometimes in the middle of the night, they will get an eureka moment, an idea, and tomorrow they want to start off a business on that. Now, how do you probably channelize these ideas, crystallize them, and ensure that my startup idea is very, very successful? Do you have some mantra for this, Raghav?
Absolutely, Subhash. I have a story. Okay, this story is about a fox and a hedgehog. Okay, if you say hedgehog, it's nothing but a porcupine, which is in out in the Western countries, right? So it's like it looks like a mongoose, and it has got you go and threaten it, it rolls into a ball of thorn. Okay, so what happens? This fox is brilliant, right? The fox is brilliant, and it always, fox is a clever creature. It always comes to attack the hedgehog. And every time it comes to attack the hedgehog rolls itself into a ball of thorn, and the fox never wins. Okay, the story is the clever fox never wins. Now, the focus is like what the hedgehog is. You should have a very, very strong focus with respect to your business ideas and with respect to your execution. Now, this has been beautifully illustrated. This hedgehog story has been beautifully illustrated in a book called Good to Great by Jim Collins. Okay, he calls this a hedgehog concept with respect to business. Now, if all entrepreneurs can get a knowledge of this concept, and if they are able to kind of get in focus with respect to that, I think they'll be very, very successful. Would you like to know what is the hedgehog concept, Subhash? Can we go a little dwell?
Definitely, we are very excited, Raghav. Can you just go ahead and tell us how do we get our hedgehog right?
We have to refresh our brains a little bit and go back to what we learned in school called as the Venn diagram. Okay, you remember the 3 circles which come together? I'm very sure you are going to show some images on that. And in the 3 circle, the circle 1, okay, the first circle is called as the passion circle. Now, most of the people who's having a startup idea are very passionate. Okay, I don't think that should not be a question at all. So first circle is called the passion circle. The second circle is called as the economic circle, or what pays well. Is there a revenue model? It's called the economic circle. Okay. The third circle is called as the skill circle. Okay, whether you are good at it or not. Now I'm talking about 3 circles. Now imagine all the 3 circles are interlocked with each other like a Venn diagram. No, right? Now there are going to be many intersections in this, right? So we are going to talk about the every intersection. and then I'm going to tell what kind of people they are and how they can fit in their focus, right? Okay. So first, let me talk about the passion circle, what you love at. You love your business, you love your idea. No, anyone who comes up with an idea will love the idea, Subhash. I don't think anyone will not be in that space. So they will love the idea. And let's say it is also having a great revenue model. It pays you well. It pays you well. You love the idea, but you are not good at it. You're not able to develop competency with it. You are still, it's an ideation stage. There's no competency there. Then it still remains an idea. That means you are not going to last long. You're understanding what I'm trying to tell?
Only
Okay.
remain a dream.
Absolutely. It'll only remain a dream. Many people are there in this space where they have fantabulous ideas, but they are not very good in execution. They are not competent enough to do that. So it still remains a dream. Okay. Or it just doesn't start. It doesn't kickstart at all. The startup doesn't start, right? Okay. The next circle, let's say you have an idea, that pays well, and you're very good at it.
Okay.
Okay. But you are not passionate about the ideas. You just wrote it down one day morning, and you started getting into it, and you know there is going to be money in this, boss. But somehow you are not very passionate about this. So what happens is that you earn money, okay, you get rich, but you are a bored individual. Okay,
Got it.
boredom does not sustain.
Lot of them in the top management, I think, sometimes when they lack passion, okay, though they are in employment, they are very, very skillful at their job and it really pays them well. But somehow the lack of passion, it is more like they are a salaried guy.
Absolutely. You take example of majority, I'm not telling all of them, majority of the guys who are in IT space.
Correct.
Okay. They earn a lot of money, but they are not very happy about what they are doing, right? They always seek for newer things. And that's why great startups also come. The great ideas come from that, right? So what next? What next? Now let's assume that you love something. Okay. You love something and you're very good at it. You're very good at it, but you don't have a great revenue model, or you don't have something that's having economic value attached to it. Okay. Here, you're very happy but poor. You'll always say, "Gosh, I'm going to chase action. I'm going to chase my passion. I'm going to take my business to next level." You always are cheerful, but you never break through. Funders don't come to you.
It is nice to hear this. Now, happy but poor. Uh,
Happy but poor. You're happy, but you're poor. And this is where I'll tell you, if you remember in the previous video, we spoke about the funding part.
correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Majority of the startup ideas are in this state.
Hmm.
Okay. They have very passionate, they are very good at it. Somehow they do not know how to monetize it.
In fact,
Okay. And that's where they don't have funding.
lot of them who are professionals also, I think, would come under this, right? They are very passionate about their profession, very good at it, skilled at it, but somehow they do not know how to make money. In fact, sorry to say this, but a lot of them who are in practice, like advocates, doctors, they also know they never see their hospital as a business. Okay. They many a time land up doing charities, no?
Absolutely, absolutely. And especially in startup space, if you're talking about focus on a startup, there are people with brilliant ideas. They're not commercial. It's like, you need to have a mix of a good Rajnikant or a Salman Khan movie where you should have things for everybody, and still you have to be a startup. Still you have to do an American or a Kamal Haasan movie. You should do both. Otherwise, if there is no match, there is no purpose. So what Jim Collins says in Good to Great, which I strongly recommend all our viewers to read or listen to. There are 100 book summaries in all languages and also video. What he says in a Hedgehog concept is you should be the center point where there is a mix of a great passion and there is a mix of a great economic matter, and you're very good at it. If all three matches for your idea, for your startup idea, focus there. If you can bring your focus, if that's the point of this video, if you can bring your focus to a single point where all these three circles match, the passion, the economic, as well as the skill, you will definitely have more focus. It is a great thumb rule to have, Subhash. In fact, this idea is inspired from, where? You have any idea which philosophy it gets inspired from?
I have heard about this. I think it is Ikigai principle, right?
Absolutely, the Ikigai principles of the Japanese country. Okay, in fact, let me talk about the Ikigai. There is a village in Japan, Subhash. If you read the Ikigai book, that village average age of people is 95.
Wow.
Okay, average age of people in that village is 95. You know why?
Right.
You know why? Because when they researched, they found out that they were happy. They
Okay.
were happy. Okay, happiness index. And Ikigai talks about how they are happy.
Okay.
And one of the principles is the Ikigai principle, where one more circle gets added, where the world needs it.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
free circle, the passion circle, you're good at it, what pays well, and the world needs it. Let me give an example of what happened to the films, right?
Yeah.
You know,
You,
who is
you
the
mean
largest
the camera rolls, right?
camera rolls?
Ah,
Who was the largest manufacturer of camera rolls, Subhash? Any idea?
I think that was Kodak, right?
Absolutely, Kodak. And you know where Kodak is today?
Sorry. Absolutely.
Co-
They are nowhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like take typewriter for an example. What
Correct.
happened to the manufacturer of typewriters?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep it simple. The world also needs it.
Mm.
Okay, but Jim Collins says that the world needs it, and economic circle can be mixed, because if the world don't need it, you don't have an economic model. Okay, so
Correct.
yes,
You'll not make money if the world is not requiring it.
absolutely. So it falls under the economic circle. So Jim Collins has summarized it and Americanized it so that every one of us can understand. No, Ikigai is a little Japanese and Eastern concept. So this is a Western concept, but a very, very simple and powerful tool is this hedgehog concept, Subhash. Hope I have answered your question on focus.
Fantastic, fantastic, Raghav, for throwing light on that. And thanks to Mr. Jim Collins for pinning it down beautifully in the book. Good to great. And my dear viewers, if you have some startup ideas and you're really confused on probably which one to start off with, I would really suggest you to take a paper and a pen and list down all your ideas. List all your ideas. And then, as Mr. Raghav has beautifully said, you start marking tick across these three places, which is one, are you passionate about doing that? Which of these areas that you have got, the ideas that you have got, what are you so passionate about? It is not necessary that you are passionate about every idea. Second, are you good at it? Do you have the skills? But Raghav, probably if I do not have the skills, can I do something else about it? Maybe I can hire somebody who's good at it, right?
I would say you can hire, but at the end of the day, in my experience, Subhash, you have to get good at it. Skills can be acquired.
Hmm,
The
correct.
rest of the two circles is very tough. Okay, the
You cannot
passion and the
acquire
revenue
passion.
model is not in your hands.
Correct.
Okay, but skills can be acquired, right?
Correct.
Initially, you might need help of people who has the skill, but if you want to get a hang of your business, you better acquire that skill, is what I would
Fantastic.
recommend.
Fantastic. So probably if you lack skill, look at whether you can acquire skill, as Raghav beautifully said, because upskilling is a continuous journey throughout life. And the third important circle, look at whether it makes business sense. Are you going to make profit out of it? Is there economic business model that you have about that particular idea that we are talking about? And once you have your ticks in the right places, whichever particular business idea you have got ticks on all the three fronts, I think that would be a good startup idea. What do you say, Raghav, on that?
Absolutely, Subhash, absolutely. And have a good professional support also to ensure you have a good business model, which will help you, kind of attract good funding.
Fantastic, my dear viewers. So, what is your thought and what is your hedgehog? Do share with us on the comment section. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button and share it with all your friends, especially the ones who have a lot of startup ideas, who have started off their new business. And as we beautifully said in the earlier video, also, there are a lot of them who are 100-year-old startup companies. So, do share with all your business friends. And to get continuous updates on our leadership launch series, do subscribe to our channel. Until we catch up on our next episode, stay safe, take care, have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you, Raghav, for joining us on the show.